Good morning, New Earthians. Let's talk about excitement, disappointment, and the joy of peace and tranquility. And what these different emotional nuances or aspects kind of mean. And how we can discern the differences. So, empathically reading emotions can be a difficult thing because sometimes we, as humans, introvert or extrovert, input or output, and especially when we are tense and inhibited because we have social constructs, sociology, judgment. We empathically feel other feelings, so it's hard to discern what's ours and what's not, and what we can release and what we want to hold on to, and judge and analyze as we are transmuting our environment around us. And when we take in the darkness or the densities of anger and sadness and fear without judgment and shine light on it with forgiveness and love, we transmute that. And transmuting a lot of that can feel ugly, can feel difficult, can be internalized, can be put you in a state of fight or flight, the reptilian brain, and it's easy to be reactionary, and it's easy to be more compassionate and less judgmental, that a lot of people are still dealing with these densities that are being released from the planet as we go to a higher vibe, 5D if you want to call it. I just want to say that it's heaven on earth. And let's get back to the topic as I digress and take you through this journey of my words and emotional output, because I'm excited. Well, let's get into the dualistic flip coin of excitement and disappointment. Why do we like scary movies? Why do we like roller coasters? Because that tinge of fear is exciting, because it gives us this anticipation. Expectation is what it really is. And so when you are excited to meet somebody, you're anticipating, you're expectating. When you're excited to do something, you're anticipating it to be amazing. Which inevitably leads to the dualistic flip side of disappointment, because it's still tinged with fear. Excitement is not really peace, okay? It's an external expectation, which doesn't always, but can lead to disappointment when you flip the script and get into fear and judgment. And then if you're looking at the past, well, you're going to look and see things a little bit differently, especially with that tinge of judgment, which is fear, which is the fight or flight mentality. It'll look different. That text message that you read in fear will read differently in love. You get it? So excitement and disappointment can go hand in hand. But when you are resonating and radiating and vibrating joy with a peaceful heart, and you are content with the all, even if it's not what you prefer, because you don't have any judgment, or you discern things with a cleaner filter, well, whew, you're calm. You're centered. Your energy is quieter. Not seeking attention. Not feeling needy. Looking forward, but staying in the now. Anchoring in your power. Putting out those rockets of desire, but allowing yourself to receive all the cooperative components to come to you with little effort. So if you're stressing, if you're tensing, if you are putting the intention of trying to fix everything, solve everything, do everything with action without coming from this energetic, non-physical peace and joy, love, being centered, well, it's going to take a lot of effort. You might be able to do it, but it'll take a little effort because there's going to be a lot of thinking resistance, emotional resistance. But we can release that in many different ways. We could hug a tree. We could have a service animal. We could be affectionate. We can cuddle. We can hug. We can express. We could create. Deconstruct. We could do a lot. We do a lot. And we're beautiful at observing and translating these vibrations into a material world and the expansion of the universe, because we are players of light, not really light workers, but players of light, taking in that etheric God consciousness light into our vessels. And when we get into those dark ego deaths, if you will, ego humblings, or whatever you want to call it, those cycles, we have the opportunity to release those densities for the collective, for ourselves. And we don't got to take it personally, because a lot of it that we held on to wasn't even really us. Because us is the beginning of love, of joy, and of peace. So, attachment is the root of all suffering. Well, you could be attached to your preferences and passions and joys and all that. And say, anchor into that. Daydream. Dream big. But your attachment to it being the same as the past, which it never will be, because you're always becoming and expanding. And your attachment to the concern of the future really comes out of self-judgment, guilt, and shame, which are all expressions of fear. You can release that right now with me, collective. Release it. Let it go in this cycle. And so it is. Thank you to Earthians. This is Krishna Premadas, a catalyst, one of many here on this planet of love. Namaste, family. You are watching Cultivating Magic.